are you supposed to use the checklist layout? Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and we are continuing in our series of breaking down all of the different planner layouts that I can find. And today we're going to talk about the checklist layout. The checklist layout may look a little familiar to you because it is very similar to the vertical box layout, but with one distinct difference. Of course, there are checklists already on here ready to go. So let's break down some of the ways that you can use the checklist layout to make it work for the different categories of your life. All right, let's go. So the checklist layout is a really functional version of the vertical layout planner. You have your days of the week here at the top. You have your vertical boxes, which we remember from the vertical planner. But like I said, the distinct difference is there is this checklist. There is this ability to have your tasks ready to go here in the middle, which so many people really, really enjoy. And what I like about this layout, this is actually how I would typically set up a vertical planner. Anyway, I think probably the most common use for the checklist layout is to use it as your catch-all planner. So for instance, this is most likely what I would do. I would have my schedule up top here. So maybe I am getting ready to head out on a trip. Got a few things going on here and there. And I would use this layout to help me plan. And that would mean I would put my schedule here at the top. I think that is the easiest, most useful way to use this layout is to have your schedule here at the top. These are the things that are going on that you're planning for, that you're wanting to focus on during the week. So this would be your regular appointments, your meetings, things like that. You have a little bit room for decoration. Then obviously that would leave this section right here as your to-dos, your task list, whatever the case may be. You may even want to add a little title here. This might end up being, I don't know, we make all kinds of lists during the day and during the week, don't we? So I would maybe even cover up this top section right here. And this might be where you pull out, this might be a packing list. Maybe you are getting ready to go on a vacation. Lucky you. So this might be your packing list that you're working on. Then you could have different to-dos. Let's see if we can kind of match this up a little bit color-wise so it makes sense. I might move this one up here. This might be to-do. Oops. Let's see. Let's do that, rescuing my misspelling of to do. And then, I mean, you could do anything you want over here. This could be, again, another task list, another to do. Maybe this is books to bring. This might be like legit you getting organized to head out on a trip. And then down here, it's kind of up to you. I think this is where people can do some of the larger things. I like when I have room to notate more specific things in my planner. For instance, if it's someone's birthday, I maybe don't need it with my schedule for the week, but maybe I'm wanting to add it right here. List out whoever's birthday, maybe the celebration, maybe you're on vacation for an anniversary, listing that out down here. So you have functional area at the top, generally your schedule, I would say. Then you have your to-dos, your tasks, your things that you're listing out during the week. I, for one, am a list maker, so that makes total sense to me to have that there. And then here in the bottom, this is kind of free for all. There's some different things you could do. This could be where you are habit tracking. This could be where you're marking the larger occasion. Like I said, birthdays, anniversaries, things like that, holidays. There's lots of things you can do that leaves this bottom area open for you. So I would say that that is probably the most standard way of using the checklist layout. Like I said, the functionality is absolutely just perfection, which is why so many people gravitate towards this specific layout. Now, I wanted to share that a lot of people have told me they specifically use the checklist layout for work. And here is why. It gives you this extra section. Remember how I said that this was kind of a section you could use how you wanted? This is going to help you track certain work tasks, which is what I've heard from so many people. So again, if I'm using this for work, then I think my primary function up here is still going to be to have a place for schedules. So it might be that I have a meeting. Let me center this just a little bit better because we're better than that. Maybe I'm putting that I have a meeting right up here in this section, meeting at 10 a.m. What else do we have going on for work? Let's add in a few other boxes here and there for different things we might have to do or going on in this case. Maybe there is a client lunch at 12:30, Zoom at 4 p.m. And really, we're just getting our week set up in this way. And that was Friday. I mean, let's pretend that we don't have a ton, but let's go ahead and put something on Sunday. Maybe this is when you're going to prep for next week from 1 to 3. Okay. So that is your schedule. That's what's going on in work. Then this is going to be just like it seems your work tasks. You might have emails to do. I don't know, create product, the different things. You might have, lesson planning if you're a teacher, grading, calls, all those different things. That's your to-dos. And then what you have down here, and what I've heard so many people talk about as I look for a different way to head this, is almost a results. Like you are tracking not only what you got done, but what came of it, meaning followed up email with a certain client. And now this is like going forward. So this is results. And let me add just another one right here. Tracking. What this is helpful for is especially those jobs where you have those job reviews where you're trying to show the progress you are making in a certain field. And so having a planner to kind of look back on and be like, yes, this is what I did. This is what's got done or what got done. This gives you an opportunity to kind of back up your results. So that's just a way to track it all within your week, all pretty simple. No, this doesn't give you a ton of room for notes and things like that. But of course you can add dot grid line paper into your planner for that purpose. So I think this is a really functional place for work and for gathering the information about what you need to do and what you actually got done. Can be really helpful in tracking your performance. All right, let's talk about health and wellness. And specifically for those of you that are tracking very particular things about your health and wellness, for instance, maybe you're tracking steps, maybe you're tracking the protein that you're eating. You're wanting to get to a certain amount of protein. You're tracking sugar to kind of decrease the sugar. You're being more specific in your tracking rather than just overall. You're looking for specific things in your health and wellness routine. And I think that using the checklist layout can be really helpful in that way. So for instance, if I was using the checklist layout for a more specific tracking system, I would probably do something like, let me just see. I'm trying to find some simple stickers that may work for this. I think I'll change up some of these. I know these say work schedule. We're just going to trim that part off because we can. And I would probably label the beginning of the week with some of the different things that I was wanting to track. So for instance, maybe I'm tracking steps taken. I'm wanting to track how many steps I took on each and every day. That's important to me. Like I said before, a lot of people are wanting to track their sleep. And this just gives you a chance to label, have it very simple. Sleep. Protein is another really big popular thing right now, tracking grams of protein. Like that. And you can just go, you can continue to work your way down the field. Maybe at the end is where you're taking a look at water intake, something like that. Get that in place. Okay, so water intake. So what this might look like as you're going through, and maybe down here, this is when you're wanting to mark out your dinner plan. I wonder if this even has, this doesn't have, well, you could do different boxes. I know it doesn't say, they don't all say dinner plan. You wouldn't want them all to say dinner plan. But maybe this is your meal planning section down here where you're writing as I cover that up. Because we don't always need just the dinner plans. We have other meals as well. Okay. This is meal plan. Okay, so up here, I would write out the exercise for the day, what I had planned to do, steps taken. Maybe you got to 8,500. You were able to sleep from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Protein, you might list out your number of grams of protein. Maybe you're listing out your sources of protein right here. And then water intake, you might be simply tallying the amount of water that you're drinking. This is giving you a very organized way to keep a lot of different information because this is in list form. And then down here, this is where you're just jotting down a quick note about each meal. It makes it so easy to divide it up and to see what is happening and to track some very specific factors that you might be looking for in your wellness, in your diet, in whatever the case may be. So this can be really helpful. This is also helpful when you're thinking of health and wellness and some different things like that. This might be a really good medicine tracker as well. Maybe up here you do have some scheduled things going on. I'm looking for some different possibilities of what I can do for a schedule up here. Yeah, maybe you have a doctor's appointment on a specific day, like this. Doctor appointment at 8 a.m. And then down here, you're listing the different meds that you take. Tylenol, AM, Zyrtec, and you're just checking it off. You might have an AM, PM, you might have just different things that you're checking off. And then down here, maybe you're just tracking symptoms. So if you had, let's pull out that crazy work schedule thing again, since we're just going to continue here. Maybe this is where you're writing out symptoms for the day. You're tracking some different things like that. This can also be really helpful as a caretaker. If you are watching over someone else or helping someone else through some of their medical needs, just to help you keep track on when are they taking their medicine. I know we all have like alarms set on our phone to get through things like that, which I completely understand, but this gives you a record, something to literally check off, and then symptoms so that you know when you do have these doctor's appointments, you have it all written down, ready to go, so you know what you need to talk to the medical professional about. So again, a really helpful way. Like I said, this layout breaks things down in a way that just makes sense. All right, so I also love the checklist layout when you are working towards very specific, measurable goals. This can be so helpful. So here's how I would use this. Perhaps you are setting up a goal for the entire week. Perhaps you have some different goals for the day. I use this top section as where I write my specific goals. So for instance, maybe on a day you're working on a goal of cleaning out the garage. You might be working on an overall month goal or year goal of getting more organized. So you're breaking it down. This is what you're doing today. What are the actionable steps? So I have to pick up bags because I need some trash bags because some of that pull down bins, begin sort, and then toss broken items. Those might be the actionable steps that I have for this specific day. This is what is going on. This is what I think I can get accomplished in that particular day. And then I might come here at the end. I can do this is again, the stickers are just for fun, but results. Okay. Perhaps I got overwhelmed with bins and need more time. That's just what happened. I was able to begin the sort, toss. I was able to do these things, but hey, this is telling me that, you know what? Now I need to do this a little bit more. So I might extend this out to then break it out into more days, some different things. Breaking out your goals into actionable steps on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, really helps you stay on track with how a goal can be accomplished. What are those smaller steps you have to take to reach a larger goal of an organized house, a larger goal of saving financially, a larger goal of whatever the case may be? Breaking it down, this could be, as simple as maybe you are applying for school. Maybe you're wanting to go back to school. So let me find a smaller box over here and say, you know what, that's what I'm doing. All right, begin college application. All right, and create portals. Most of them are online. You have to create your account, gather transcripts, and work on essays. That might be what I am doing on these specific days. Did I reach my whole goal of my applying for college? No, but this gives me an opportunity to assess. And here I can say essays done, need proofreading. So this is where I'm again evaluating. Yay, I did the thing, but now I need to make sure I plan for where those are going to be proofread. So using this as a breakdown for working towards some goals in your life can be really, really helpful. Not necessarily a need to be super, super decorative, but like I said, the functionality of this particular layout, very, very, very important. All right, let's talk about using this for financial purposes. Again, this is going to be an opportunity for you to get down really close and track your income and spending. So perhaps you are wanting to kind of break it down, but you need to go by day because it just makes sense in your head, which I completely understand. So you might be tracking income up here. So maybe you're getting paid this money. You have, for me, YouTube income, Patreon, and product. That might be income that you are tracking on each of those days. What I would do right here is what I call money out. So what did you spend on these days? money out, what money went out. Maybe you had a Target bill, because we often do, Amazon, and you're just literally tracking the money that you're spending. And then what I would put down here would be more bill oriented. These perhaps are bills that are due within this time frame. Bills due. So this would be an opportunity to have some different bill payments that you're tracking on a regular basis. So is this going to help you with a savings plan? I'm not sure that it would, but I do think this is an opportunity to get a little bit more micro in your tracking, because I think sometimes we wait to the end of the week, or we just don't see what is coming in and out of our budgets each and every day, which can be very easy to lose track of. Maybe this is another income thing. So this is your bills due. I just like to go ahead and title all the different things. This gives you an opportunity if you're wanting to check in on like a really lower level to see what's happening. Over here might be an excellent opportunity to track overall budget items for that particular week, so that you can see what you spent in different categories throughout a week. So then maybe by the end of the week on Sunday afternoon, after you filled out your full thing, you can go back and fill this in to give you a summary of what the week looks like. And then you can zoom out farther for the month as you come to the end of the month. So just an interesting way to track it that looks a little bit different than how you might be tracking it in a typical like ledger. It just breaks it down by day and week, so you can see how those transactions are happening. All right, so that is a look at the checklist layout. Like I said, you can't really argue with the functionality of this layout to stay organized in some of the different areas of your life. I love it. Like, it's probably my go-to layout outside of the dashboard layout. Love the checklist layout because I love being able to check off lists throughout the day. It's just so satisfying. This layout is now available over on my website, ScrappyWife.com. I do have it in multiple sizes. So whether you use the classic size Happy Planner, whether you like something bigger in the venti or big size, or something smaller in the mini or tall size, I have something that will work for everyone. So be sure to head over there and check out all of the different inserts that are available. I would love to hear from you down below. What do you think of the checklist layout? What do you like to use it for? Let us know in the description box below, because you guys have some fabulous ideas. And when we share information down there, I feel like we all kind of learn something. So take a minute and leave that comment below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. And I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. You all just make me smile each and every day. It's an amazing group, an amazing community, and we're having fun in the month of August. You don't want to miss out. Tons of great things happening. Head on over to Patreon. There's a tier for everyone. So see what's available by clicking the link for Patreon down below. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.